Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you how to start a car rental business in Nigeria. This is the business that I personally have invested in and honestly love for a couple of different reasons. One of it is you can literally start this with a vehicle that you already own. So I'm going to be walking you through how to get started, the numbers to consider, and the opportunities that exist in this particular business. A little backstory as to how I got to the car rental business in Nigeria. I used to travel to Nigeria every so frequently, and honestly, whenever I'm there, I'm always renting vehicles. So to be honest, majority of my expenses go towards car rental. And it was way more convenient than getting an Uber, simply because I take an Uber, it stops me at a place that I don't know. And if I have multiple errands and multiple business meetings in that particular day, Ubers are not really the most convenient. So car rentals are typically the best because they do come with drivers and chauffeurs. And for a lot of people who are traveling into the country who definitely maybe don't have vehicles or are not familiar with the way to drive in Nigeria, this is definitely the best option because of its convenience and its flexibility. And then I started thinking, why don't I just start my own car rental business? And that's how my journey began. So let me give you the numbers so you can see what you could potentially make if you do decide to want to go into the car rental business. Let's look at two vehicles, Toyota Corolla and a Toyota Prado. Now, these are the two vehicles that typically are very popular in this particular business. And those are the two I would actually recommend. So Toyota Corolla, for example, rents out for like 65,000 naira per day. And per day basically is 12 hours. If we say most of the time on average, our cars are booked 20 days in a month, right? And 10 days is off, right? So normally 20 days we are fully booked on average, and then we use that to base our calculation here. So for 20 days, what we would actually be making is 1.3 million naira every single month from the Toyota Corolla. Now, let's look at Prado. Prado is definitely more expensive, so we charge more. So a Prado rents out for, as of today, 150,000 naira per day, right? And the total bookings that we get for 20 days is 3 million naira. So typically, this is the margins in terms you would make for a Toyota Corolla or Toyota Prado. Those are the numbers. Some months you do really great, some months you don't do as well. Not saying everything is rosy and always going to be perfect. There's definitely some challenges that comes with running this business, and which is why I'm going to go into the first one. The first one is maintenance. If you do have to do maintenance on your vehicle, it ties down how much you make that month, and it significantly brings down your profit margins. So that's why we typically set aside money every single month, savings, just to make sure that whenever that time arises, we're able to fix it. For example, if your AC goes out, it's a huge problem and you need to fix that. The next thing is the human element of things. You are working, you do have employees and you do have staff that work for you. You have to manage them. So navigate that as you see fit. But that is a challenge too as well. Those are the two main challenges with this particular business, right? And typically for safety measures, well, what we do is we install trackers in every single vehicle. You need to have insurance and you need to have trackers. Those are two important things. You need to be able to see your vehicle wherever, you need to be able to stop your vehicles whenever you want to, and you're able to track that all year round, right? So you have to have somebody who's monitoring that, or you could do it yourself. So that's how we navigate those particular risks that involves in this business, because it's not always all roses, right? But the margins are definitely worth looking at. So now let's look at actually the step-by-step as to how you can actually start a car rental business. So the first thing you need to do is register your business. If you want to go full-time, you want to go all into it. Or what you could do is start small and you can skip this step, maybe start with one vehicle. Now, you need to find the cars. There's a couple of options or ways in which you can get your cars. Option number one, you can use your own, which is why I like this business. If you have a Lexus, if you have a Toyota at home, start with that particular one. All you need is to hire a driver, right? And you don't need to hire them full-time. You can hire them part-time. Basically, whenever you get bookings, they come in and take the car and go deliver. And you make your money and then you go by your day. Next is you can also ship cars internationally. You can ship cars from the United States or Canada down to Nigeria. There's some great prices for great vehicles in Canada. You can ship that there. Weigh out the cost and see if that's beneficial for you. But sometimes it's definitely better because you get cars that are in better condition. So even if it involves you spending a little bit of money, the thing is though, it won't give you mechanical issues down the road. So that's one of the perks. The third one is buying cars locally in Nigeria. That's absolutely an option too as well, and we've done that. I bought a vehicle in Nigeria too as well, and it's working fine. So there's three options. You just need to figure out what works best for you. Now, what are the best cars to buy? Just like I mentioned, I'll recommend those two cars. I won't recommend any other car besides those two because of the high demand. And so if you have a low budget and you're trying to start out, go with a Toyota Corolla, at least 2012 and above. You should be fine, right? If your budget's a bit bigger, then I'll recommend going for a Toyota Prado. 2012 and above, the demand is really, really high for those ones. So that's why I recommend those two vehicles. Now, how do you get customers? That's an important question. So number one, as of right now, majority of people, right, are booking through social media. It's through Instagram. That's how majority of other businesses who are in the car rental business get their customers. So what you want to do is you definitely want to build your SEO to be better, to be, to rank. You definitely want to create a website. You want to have all of that, but make sure you focus on Instagram and then you convert them in WhatsApp. You find your bookings through Instagram, send it to WhatsApp, close the deal. Number two is agents. So agents typically are middlemen. So for example, agents are people who help advertise other people's business to their particular audience. So for example, there's an agent who advertises short-term apartments, right? You can reach out to them and say, hey, could we sign a deal, percentage off any customer you bring over to me? And then they help advertise and close deals for you and get customers for you. So that's one way to do it. Number three is partnering up with existing companies. So partner up with another car rental company. For example, if you wanted to partner up with me, what I would do is simply say, all right, we have extra bookings that we can't deliver today. And then I'll just accept it on your behalf and then just pass over the customer to you. I take the payment, I take my share, and I give you your remaining balance, whatever we agree on, and then use that to get customers. So people will typically do this with other car rental companies too as well, because sometimes the demands are really high, especially when you go into the Ember months, September, November, December. Those are when it starts to significantly pick up. And sometimes the issues is you don't have enough vehicles to deliver your customers, right? And I don't like turning customers away, so we definitely have a lot of people that we partner up to refer our customers to people that we know are reliable. So now, just to understand the entire market, the car rental market is growing rapidly. Like right now, it's valued at $129.1 billion, 2023 worldwide. And it's projected to reach $248.3 billion in 2032. It's a huge growth that is going to happen in this particular business industry. And in Nigeria, there's an expanding tourist and business sector that's constantly increasing and going to continue to increase. There's a lot of influx of people coming to Lagos and Abuja. So you want to be there and capitalize on all of this rising market. So starting a car rental business in Nigeria is very doable and it's profitable, right? You just need to make sure that you're maintaining your vehicles and make sure that you're on social media platforms and you're actually putting yourself out there and putting your business out there constantly, right? Because that's how you get customers. So whether you're looking to do this full-time or part-time, this is actually great. As a side hustle, it's a great side hustle if you wanted to, right? There's huge potential if you really want to go to it full-time, right? So if you found this video helpful, just leave a like, subscribe, or comment, or shoot me a question in the comment section, and I'll definitely be answering any questions you have. I do have some resources for you if you are thinking about starting the car rental business. Click on the link. Cheers.